Hello and welcome back to Tiny Home Yoga with me, May. How many times have I said that now? I feel like I need to maybe change my introduction spiel. Oh wow, it is so lovely to see you. Welcome back. If you're new here, nice to see you. Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. You're amazing. I also run online live classes from the boat every week. So if you'd like to join me for a more regular practice to take your health and well-being to the next level, then visit tinyhomeyoga.co.uk or you can email me at tinyhomeyoga@gmail.com for more questions and answers. Okay, so let's crack on with the practice today. We're going to be working through a nice gentle flow to get your body moving, to make you feel a little bit looser, a little bit more energized, but also really calm and relaxed. That's what I love about yoga. It creates balance in your life. I am such a fiery kind of person. I'm always on the go. I'm like, what's next? What's next? What can I do next? Literally, I'm crazy like that. And when I come onto the mat, it gives me that opportunity to de-stress, to take myself from the fight and flight, from the action and the doing into the being and the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for rest and restorative rest and restore. So yes, that's why we're here today. All right, let's start to the top of the mat. Feet hip distance apart. As you can probably tell, I'm feeling quite energetic. Blah, blah, blah. So we're going to come and ground ourselves. So grounding through the feet, feeling the roots sinking down into the earth from the bottom of your feet. And then you're going to bring your awareness up into your knees, lifting up through your thighs, engaging your mula bandha, which is your root, squeezing that area in the pelvic floor, bringing the pelvic floor slightly forward to straighten the spine, lifting up through the torso, dropping the shoulders away from the ears, hands come into a prayer position if they're not there already, chin is parallel with the floor, lengthening up through the crown, lifting, lifting, inhale and exhale. Softening, quietening the mind and the body. This may be the first time you have come into stillness today. And when we stand in our Tadasana on top of our mountain, we can become aware of what's going on in the body, in the mind, in the heart, and also aware of how we are showing up and how we are behaving. So if you're in a small space, then you're going to be sticking with my movements, but if you are in a bigger space, then feel free to extend your arms out further and your legs out further. This is your practice. Listen to your body and breathe. You're going to inhale, rising the elbows or the fingertips all the way up to the sky, reaching up. As you exhale, you're going to step back a little bit if you're in a small space, stretching forward and down, fingers and toes in line. Lovely. Bend through those knees, drop the head, and just shake all of those negative and helpful thoughts out the top of your head. Just let them go. Shaking yes, shaking no. Dropping the torso down closer to your thighs. So you want your knees to be bent enough that your thighs are touching your torso. You're going to inhale, straighten the legs, and as you lift the torso up, squeeze your root. Exhale, folding down. I'm going to do that one more time, maybe coming up a little bit further. The aim here is that the spine is nice and straight. So even if you just come up a tiny bit, but your spine is straight, that is great. Exhale, letting it go, coming down. Lovely. Let's plant our hands into the floor now. We're going to step back with our right leg, dropping the right leg down and then shifting that left leg forward a little bit. So your knees and ankles are in one long line. Your fingers are in line with your toes. You're lengthening through the crown by tucking the chin slightly, feeling an extension from the coccyx or the hip all the way up to the top of the shoulder. You're going to squeeze that root again, lifting the torso up, hands come up, palms together, stretching up, reaching up. Inhale. Wonderful. As you exhale, we're going to bring the hands down, coming back to where we were before in our low lunge. You're going to step up, tuck the toe and come up off the back leg. Step back with the left leg, and now bring both knees to the floor. Coming down onto our chest. So if this is something that you don't do usually, then just make your way as best you can down onto the floor. Otherwise, do your best to push into your fingertips, sending your torso down into the middle, your heart into the middle of your hands. As you inhale, you're going to stretch forward and up. Squeezing your glutes, pushing down to the top of your feet. Exhale, coming all the way to the floor. Bring the hands forward, creating a little pillow in between where your head is, and then place your ear on that pillow. Just relax, completely letting your body sink down into the floor. And when we come down to the floor in that way, it can be quite challenging, especially if we don't have any, very good upper body strength. So if that felt uncomfortable, then just know that you just got to practice and you'll get there. You're going to bring the hands underneath the shoulders now, and we're going to move through a Bhujangasana flow. So inhale, lengthen up through the crown, lifting the chest. Exhale, forehead comes down towards the floor. Inhale, stretching up we come, pushing into the hands, squeezing the glutes. Exhale, calming down. I'm going to go one more time. Really squeeze to protect the lower back. Inhale up. Exhale and down. Wonderful. Now pushing into the hands, coming up onto the knees. Tucking the toes, sending the hips nice and high. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. So in our down dog, our hands are nice and wide, wider than the mat. Our knees are bent. Our spine is straight. Gently tuck the chin, send the hips up to the sky as you ground down to your ankles. Ground down your ankles, so you're sending them towards the floor. But you don't want to compromise your spine, so always keep a little knee bend. Inhale, exhale, send your heels over to the right. Bending through those knees, slowly coming up. Inhale, exhale, taking those ankles over to the left. Bending through the knees. Inhale back to center. Exhale of the side. And you should start to feel a really nice side stretch in the body as you move through this flow. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, twist. And when you've done it on the left-hand side for the final time, you can either stay in downward dog if you're feeling energetic, or you can come down onto your knees nice and wide. Feet together, sending your hips back. Edging your fingertips forward. Active child's pose here. Forehead to the floor, pushing the hands into the floor. Feeling again that stretch where as you push your hands into the floor and you send your hips back, you open up the back of the body. The deeper you breathe here, the more stretch and opening you'll get in your lower back. Just going to adjust my t-shirt. Inhale, exhale. Lovely. Slowly engage your core, draw the hands back towards the knees. Bring the knees together. Come on to all fours. So, hands underneath, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, dropping the belly, looking forward. Inhale. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, push into the floor, squeeze your root, moving the shoulder blades away from each other. Inhale, opposite direction. Dropping the tailbone now, looking forward, shoulder blades come towards each other. Exhale, pushing the floor away, tucking the chin, arching through the back, and coming into a cat-cow flow. Lovely. We're going to tuck the toes underneath, send the hips nice and high, take your hands nice and wide again into downward dog. Now we're going to step forward with our right foot. So bring the right leg up into the chest, step it in between the hands. If you need some help, grab hold of your right ankle and just edge it forward. Now we're in our low lunge again, fingers and toes in line. Moving the shoulders away from the ears, crown shines forward. We're going to engage our core, slowly rising up, hands coming forward and up. Reach up with those fingertips into our low lunge. Up we come with those fingers, reach, reach, reach. Squeeze our glutes, breathe here. Smile. Inhale, exhale, slowly coming down. Good job. Okay, stepping up on the back foot, and this time we're going to step forward. So coming to hip distance apart, adjusting the body as you need. Exhale, folding down. This time we're going to hold onto our elbows. Let the elbows hang heavy. Again, option to shake out the head, letting all those unhelpful thoughts fall out. Nice deep breath into the lower back. Exhale, bend those knees. Halfway lift now. So dropping the hands down. Inhale, coming up. Hands towards the shins. Exhale, folding down. Remember, we want that straight spine. So we're going to come up all the way up through our halfway lift. So keeping our spine nice and straight as best we can. Bend those knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Engage your core as you lift the body, the torso. Remove the shoulders away from the ears. And then come all the way up. Ooh. Small space. Inhale. Reaching up with your fingertips or elbows. Shifting the hips forward slightly. Exhale, bringing the hands down, 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 down to Tadasana. Beautiful. So we're back in our mountain. Our feet are hip distance apart. We're coming into that place where we're strong and capable and awesome. Lengthening up through the crown of our heads. Closing down the eyes or finding a gentle gaze in front of you. Okay, let's go for another little flow. So inhale, arms come up, stretching forward with the hips. Squeeze the glutes as you stretch forward and down. Straight spine here, most important thing. Hands can be in front if they want to be. Exhale, coming all the way down. Wonderful. Let's come up for a halfway lift. Again, straight spine, squeeze the core. Hands towards the shins. Exhale, folding down. Beautiful. Plant the hands on the floor. Step back with the right foot. Drop the knee and adjust that front foot so you've got a lunge here. If you want a little bit more, the body is a little bit warmer now, so you can extend and have a bit of more of a distance between your two feet. Inhale, engage the core, arms up, look up, stretch up, all the way up we come. Reach up. If you want a little bit more, you can come up off the back foot. So this is quite advanced, so be cautious. Tucking the toe, lifting up. And then whacking your fingers on the roof. Okay, so you're in your low lunge here, wherever you are. You're going to bring your arms down, hands down towards the heart. We're going to come for a little twist. So sending our right elbow to left knee. Placing the hands into the center of our heart, pushing the hands into each other, our elbows and arms all in one straight line, looking up over the left shoulder. Breathing here, inhale and exhale. Inhale, squeeze everything, shift your body back to its original position with the hands in the heart space. Exhale, stretch forward and down, hands in one line in the front foot and step back, downward facing dog. So if you were down on your knees here, then you're just stepping back and then you're pushing up into downward facing dog. Lovely. Let's roll through to plank. So coming up onto your tippy toes, sending the energy in like a wave through the body. So squeeze your mula bandha, roll through into a little rainbow, coming up and over so you're in your plank position. If this is a bit intense, come down onto the knees. We're coming down onto the knees anyway, so come down onto the knees. Adjust your body so your space and in your space so you can attempt your lowering yourself down to the floor. So again, you're pushing your fingers into your mat. Your elbows are coming down into a straight line down onto the floor so that your heart can come in between your hands. You inhale, stretching forward and up back into Bhujangasana, pushing through the tops of the feet. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up, push up, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Attempting to step forward as best you can. So this time bringing the... Wait, let me just make sure I've got my rights and lefts right. Yeah, right leg. Inhale, bring the right leg up into the chest. Stepping forward, bringing that back leg down. Engage the core. Lift up with the torso. Up we come. Low lunge. Option to open the legs a little bit more so that you can bend deeper. If you like, option to look up to the sky. Wonderful. Option to come up off the top, up off your back leg again. So you can tuck the toes, lift as you inhale, coming into our high-low lunge. Inhale, lengthen through the tops of the fingertips. As you exhale, bringing the hands down into the heart space first, into the chest, and then bringing the left elbow to right knee, pushing into the fingertips, into the palms, arms, elbows in one long line. Ooh, boat's moving again. And then looking up over the shoulder. It's a bit of a windy day today. You can feel the rocking. Inhale, exhale, twist. Well done, holding for another breath. And then engage your core, squeeze everything as you lift your torso up to a nice long straight line. Oh my God, there's some beautiful birdies out there. They're so lovely. Sorry, distracted. Okay, what we're doing, we are lowering ourselves down, placing the hands on the floor, and then stepping back into downward facing dog. If you're on your knees, come on back onto your knees and then push up into downward facing dog. Beautiful. We're going to do one more roll. So coming up onto the tippy toes, squeeze your root, rolling through like a rainbow, coming up and over. Now you're in your plank, coming down onto your knees. Untucking the toes, bringing your chest down in between your hands. Inhale, stretch forward and up. Squeeze the glutes, drop the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, folding down, forehead to the floor. Inhale, pushing into the hands, tucking the toes. Hips up to the sky, downward dog. Lovely. Looking forward, we're going to step our feet forward, 1 foot forward, another foot forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, holding on to the elbows. Shaking that head if you want to. Sighing it out. Lovely. Placing the hands on the floor, fingers and toes in line. Halfway lift. Hands come to shins, squeezing everything you have, micro bending legs coming all the way up, arms up, pushing the hips forward, and releasing the hands down, coming into Tadasana. Beautiful. Gently blinking open the eyes, bringing the hands into the heart space. I recommend coming into Shavasana. So making your way down onto your sofa, onto a bed, making sure your spine is nice and long. Opening the hands nice and wide, legs nice and wide. Put on one of your favourite tunes and just relax. If you've got stuff to be getting on with, then just take a moment here with me. A few more breaths. Finding gratitude for showing up today on the mat. Knowing that the more you practice this, the better, stronger, more capable you will become at facing challenges on the mat and off the mat. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been wonderful to have you here, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Namaste.